Hello guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is part 2 of the slab reinforcement series. For part 1, for those who haven't seen part 1, I recommend you go and watch part 1 first, where I do the slab bottom reinforcement only. So today we'll be talking about the same slab top reinforcement, so that now we have both bottom ones and bottom twos, therefore a fully reinforced slab. So part 1 is in the link is in the description for those who haven't seen it. So go check out part 1, then follow this other video for the part 2. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Slab reinforcement, top reinforcement. So we had done this slab in part 1, where we did the bottom reinforcement only. That's the bottom ones and the bottom twos. If you check, we have our structural plans. We have our third floor rebar bottom, and you'll see the mesh for the bottom reinforcement, both bottom 1 and bottom 2. So today we are going to do top 1s and top 2s for this slab. Let's jump into it. So go back to your main third floor. Then just like we did for the bottom bars, duplicate and create another floor plan for the top bars. So just right click, duplicate views with detailing, and rename your third floor copy 1 to third floor rebar top. You'll see that our bottom reinforcement and other reinforcements we've done want to highlight here. So simply turn that off. To do that, don't use VG since it will turn off all the reinforcement. Simply select everything on your floor plan, filter, check none, and just check your rebar, and then simply hide it. Right click, hide in view, elements. So that we'll now just see our top reinforcement here. And then just like we did for the bottom bars, we'll do view and obscure so that we are able to see our reinforcement on our floor plan. So we'll still do our reinforcement in sections just like before. And we might not have to cut as many sections as we did for the bottom reinforcement, since we'll just use the same sections that we used for the bottom reinforcement. We'll try and use just the same sections that we used to do the bottom reinforcement. If we need any extra, we'll create. But for now, let's try and use the ones available. So I'll start with this section. Just double click to open it. Slab section. So we'll start by doing top ones first. So I know we need a top 1 here. And top 1s and top 2s tend to be easier than bottom 1s and bottom 2s, since majorly they don't have hooks on them. They're just normal straight bars. So let's do some top 1s here. So our span is 5,000, 5,000. So we are lucky it's the same. So we'll just select our slab, click on rebar, and we'll just use sketch. Select sketch and then select the slab again. So normally we do 0.3 of the span, which is 0.3 of 5,000 is about 1,500. So we'll just do 1,500 from here. 1,500. And we can stretch this and do a temporary dimension. Stretch this to here. Just make sure that this is should be around 3,200. If you factor in 200 for the beam here, thickness, so 1,500 times 2, 3,000 plus 200, that's 200. So this should be 3,200. All I need to do is select it and move it using its center to the center of our grid right there. So that's it for the top one. I'll just change the bar to diameter 10, which is the same diameter we used for the bottom bars, and finish using the green tick. So check out that floor rebar top. First, select your bar, change it from single to maximum spacing. I'll use 200 for now for everything. Then go back to third floor, rebar top. You'll see your rebar there, end to end. You may now just do view visibility states. Don't escape, don't do anything. Just click on view visibility states, edit, and make sure that here, that floor rebar top is view unobscured, and just say okay. You'll be able to see your top reinforcement. So we'll obviously need to do some edits here. I can use this section to do my edit here, because we need to stretch it here and stretch it here so that it doesn't go all the way to the end. So I can use this section since the extents somehow touch the top ones. So I'll just open this section. And I'll select my tops and just stretch them so that they don't go all the way to the end, so that they don't interfere with this top section of the bottom bar. Just stretch this. Yeah, excellent. I'll go back to top. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then I'm also sure that these spans are the same, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. You can check here at the section. So I can make my work easier by just doing top ones here and then just copying them all the way through. Then I can stretch them here where I need them. Let's see that. I'll use this section, the existing one. I won't need to cut a new section. Just use the existing section. Then between grid E and F here, yeah, in the section, I'll do a top bar here. Select the slab, rebar, sketch, select the slab again, then just do that 200 here. Since it's still 5,000, span is still 5,000, then I'll select this, and just move it using the center to the center. So this should be 3,200, sorry. Excellent, it's fine. Yeah. And the diameter is 10. So I'll finish using the green tick, select the bar, do maximum spacing of about 200. And I'll go to that floor rebar top. Then here, just don't escape twice. Just make sure view visibility states that this is view and obscured. There you have it. So I'll just check out the extents here, just like we did for these top ones. I'll do the same for these ones, adjust their extents. So I'll select these and maybe just edit the extents a bit so that I can see my top ones here instead of creating a new section completely. Then I'll double click to open, select my top bars and stretch them accordingly. Just stretch these accordingly. Yeah. So that I have my top bars there. Yeah. So as I said, if your spans are the same or if your rebar is completely the same, you don't really need to sketch the rebar at every point. If you can, just copy and edit the existing rebar that you've already done. So I'll do that here. Since all my spans here are the same, just select this bar, copy, and then use the grid lines to copy. Just make sure constraint and multiple is on, and I'll copy using the grid line. Like that. So these and these and these is okay. For here, we might need to edit it downwards. Not sure whether this section will allow us to see that, but we can just edit it and just drag it using the arrow keys on the keyboard a bit so that we see these reinforcements. Then if I go to that section, I'll be able to see my tops there. And I can stretch them all the way to the hook of the bottom one. Let's see that. Oh, sorry, close this button. See that on top. Yeah, excellent. Here it is. I can be able to see my tops there. I know I still need some tops here. And instead of redrawing, as I said, I'll just copy this. Select this, use copy. And just copy this down here. Escape twice on your keyboard. Then select and stretch these downwards. I'm not sure where, but we'll use this section to confirm the exact length, the exact span, these top ones. So I'll just open this section again. Select my reinforcement here, and then just stretch it accordingly. Just to where the hooks are. And you can confirm this on your floor plan. So this also, the other good thing about copying your reinforcement whenever you can is you don't need to keep doing the view visibility states, because if you copy reinforcement that has already been viewed and obscured, it will just view and obscured by default. So we'll need some tops here, some top ones here, here, and here. So we might as well copy these since the span is still 5,000 and 5,000. I can select this, copy. I'll use the grid, copy it downwards here, like that. And then simply select these and stretch it accordingly. So I can, in this instance, I can use the existing top bars to align my top one accordingly here. I'll then select these and copy it downwards. Here it's already aligned using these bars, so I don't need to edit this side, just need to edit this side to align with hooks on this side. So now I can simply copy these downwards. Then I'll need to edit because of the existing shaft here. Remember, we have the staircase shaft here, so we need to edit these bars. So I'll start by selecting the bars. Then copying them to the same position. I can see that these bars and these bars will be the same. So instead of doing these bars and these bars separately, I'll just delete these, work on these bars to completion, and then simply mirror these on the other side. Although it might not be exactly the same because the shaft here is closer to this beam than here, but it will be easier to just mirror and edit the shaft bars on this other side. So let's see this. We need a section here, just stretch the extents of this section a bit, like that. Then I'll select these. Then I'll copy here, copy to clipboard, and then I'll align to the same place so that it copies exactly on the same place. Yeah, it will give you this warning, which you can ignore, and then simply stretch these, and then select these other bars and stretch them so that you have two separate rebar sets. You have these rebar set and these rebar set. So now you can edit these. So here, we need to edit these bars so that so we have hooks here showing up and hooks on this other side. So we won't need these top bars here. Let me just delete that. Then stretch these, the concrete cover. We already have bottom one hooks here. And bottom one hooks here. So I'll just copy these downwards. For my top ones. So that's the top ones. Let's do the top twos. The top twos. So we'll need top twos at every edge of our slab. So let's start with this edge here. So I'll copy this section. As I said, it's easier to copy a section than draw one from scratch. So I'll select this section and copy it here. Yeah, just make sure the extents are within your top two constraints. So I'll open this. So I'll need to draw top twos here end to end. And make sure that the length is according. So in this case, the length must be maximum 12 meters. So I'll select the slab again, click on rebar, click on sketch, click on the slab again, and sketch my rebar from here. So using the temporary dimension, can approximate my 12 meters. So I'll just curtail this top one here. And then I'll do another one from here. Here. So the length is 9 meters. I still have 3 meters to work with. I'll just edit this to 12,000. Just see where it goes. Make sure you move it to the end of the bar. So there. That's for the top two. That's then the nominal reinforcement. So I'll finish using the green tick. I'll select my reinforcement and do maximum spacing of about 200. Then I'll go back to that floor rebar top, and then I will view visibility states. I'll view unobscured. Yeah, there you have it. So I obviously want it to be just within the hook. Should always be just within the hook. Yeah. Then to make my work easier, I can select these and copy. Copy these downwards with a curtailment distance here of your choosing, e.g. a 1,000 millimeter. Then just use the section to edit the length here. Yeah. There you have it. And I can mirror this on this other side. I can mirror or copy these using the grid since the span is the same, 5,000 for both. So I can select this mirror, pick axis, and pick this grid as my axis to mirror that to the other side. And you'll have your top two there. Here, you can still do top twos here, nominal reinforcement, top twos here. Here. And here. If you check, you see we need top twos, but you can do one, then copy it all along. That's the easier way. So I'll do this one between grid B and C. I'll select this, edit boundary, sorry. I'll select the slab, rebar, sketch, select the slab here, and just do a top two here. Then I'll finish using the green tick. I'll then select these and do maximum spacing of about 200. I'll go back to rebar. Yeah, it will obviously exit, so you'll need to do view unobscured here. View visibility states, view unobscured. Then simply edit your extents. Edit your extents. Edit your extents accordingly. Make sure you edit your extents accordingly. Then simply select your top two and you can copy it all along. You may copy these all along the slab. Using make sure your constraint tool is on. And if any of them are off, feel free to stretch them. And you can even increase their length, or you can even increase or decrease their spacing. That's the good thing with this tool. The rebar set tool, you can increase or decrease the spacing. You can also do some top twos here, some top twos down here. If you like, as I said, it's always easier to copy. You can copy these existing top twos, sorry, not move, select. Copy these existing top twos here. So you'll see, when you're using Revit, it's always good to copy whenever possible, just so that you can make your work that much easier. Then simply stretch this the correct position. Just make sure you check your bar length here. So I can see this is almost 12 meters, which is fine. Then I can select these and mirror. Draw axis. And I can mirror with my overlap here. Yeah, then just make sure that I stretch this accordingly. And I can still, using this grid line, I can mirror peak axis, mirror the top two to this other end. I may also decide to select this top one, top two here, and copy to this other side here. Escape twice, select it, and then stretch it accordingly. Stretch it accordingly. Yeah, exactly. So we still need some top twos here, some top twos here, and some top twos here. So we already have these top twos, which we can copy here accordingly using the grid line copy. I can use the grid line here and copy these. Make sure constraint and multiple is on. I can copy these top twos down here. So remember, as I say, whenever you can copy, just copy your reinforcement. And I'll do the same here. I'll copy these here onto this other side. Just make sure I stretch these accordingly. Just copy and edit. Copy and edit. It's always easier to copy and edit. Feel free to constantly check up on your 3D. Just make sure everything is going on fine. Yeah, you can see the top ones adjusting themselves accordingly. Yeah, so down here, I'll need these top twos here. So I may just copy these here, regardless of their size. Then select these, since they're just straight bars, and edit their length instead. and edit their extent instead of having to redraw these. If I have to change the diameter, so let's assume my top twos, my nominal reinforcement is 8 millimeters. I can just select this and change this to 8 millimeters. Currently 10. I select this and change this to 8 for my top twos. I decide to change my top twos to 8 millimeters. So the discretion is still yours. You can still use 10, but I just decided to do 8 to distinguish between my top twos and my top ones. So I'll just select my top twos here and copy them using the grid. So remember, I'm doing this because my span is the same for the entire structure. So I can always copy and then simply adjust the length or adjust the extents accordingly. So this will save you a lot of time when you're working on the slab, because the slab can tend to be very hectic, can tend to be very tedious if you don't find a way to make it easier to work with. So I still need to do some top twos down here, like this. So I'll just copy again, cancel, also the same reminder interval, then stretch your top twos accordingly and adjust their length accordingly. I'll select these using my control key and just copy them here. So make sure constraint is on and multiple is on, just to make copying that much easier. I'll then select these and stretch these accordingly. So this will obviously depend on your slab, but basically that's the basis of your top twos. So top twos, they kind of like leave a space at the center of your slab. This is due to the moment diagram that I won't go into on this video. But this is how you do your top ones and your top twos, the top bars in your slab. You may check your 3D just to confirm that everything is fine. But your floor plan is obviously the best checker for this. Yeah. I can see we still need some top twos here. So feel free to copy these here and copy these here, and then adjust accordingly. Always remember to adjust accordingly. The good thing is that with this floor plan, you are able to really see which bars you've missed. So for example, if you're working on the bottom reinforcement, like we did on part 1 of this video, once you see your slab is fully meshed like this with the grid, you know that you finished your bottom reinforcement. Same as for the top. Once you find that you have your mesh like this, and you have those spaces at the center of your slab, that's how you know you've done all your top twos. So it's like also a way to check that you've done all your reinforcement correctly. I would advise you don't have both the bottom and the top reinforcement on the same drawing. Just make sure you duplicate, do the bottoms first, and then duplicate, hide the bottoms, and do the tops first. Because if you do both of them on one drawing, it tends to get very confusing to follow your reinforcement. So this way, you're able to audit and make sure that you've done all your reinforcements correctly. You can see this here in my 3D. And that's it for the slab reinforcement. In our next video for the slab series, we'll try and do annotations and place some of these floor plans on the sheet for presentation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for following. Also, if you like this content and you haven't liked and you haven't subscribed, please do and recommend to your other colleagues. Thanks for watching.